should warm up your arms? Does anybody know that you should, like, do some of your own stretches and exercises before you put a puppet on your hand? So as part of your before, when you get to the schools, allow enough time to set everything up and then do your own warm-up. That's ideally the way you do it. So what we're going to do is do what Jay always, and I know Jay always does it. So we're going to do our own aerobics first. So we're going to warm up our arms and warm up our shoulders. Do a couple of both directions.
We use both arms, right?
Use some soup cans.
You need to do both arms.
You know.
Yeah. And you need to go forward and you need to go backwards.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you do some shoulders and some of these because your back gets really tight.
Love me.
Yes, love me.
How long would you say we do this for? Like 5 minutes?
And then we do some of these overhead because
2 minutes.
your tricep and your bicep gets like really tired and really sore.
And Wendy and I go to LA Fitness to keep in shape.
Yes. So, is everybody feeling? No.
Oh, you're me.
I ran into her there.
Oh.
So is everybody good? All right. So we're ready to do puppet aerobics now, right? Okay.
I need a smaller puppet. I got the big guys. This guy's not even a coach, but he's the same size.
Okay. So he's not that big.
No, we have another nom.
He's
We're
not that
all
big.
over for a nom.
Yeah.
You were. Well, I had him.
We didn't know that.
That's why if everybody will fill out those papers and get them back, it would be just really,
perfect,
really
yes.
good.
First thing, everybody on the table, standing nice and straight and tall. Out in front of you, you're looking at the back of your puppet's head, right? Everybody knows all these things. Everybody's...
Isabel.
Yeah, well, Isabel's just kind of... Okay, head down, eyes looking at the audience, correct? Everybody's there? Toes on the table? Just the toes on the table, right? Because you're going to lean forward just a wee bit. Okay, is everybody there? Okay? Now, if you're comfortable like that, if you're standing straight on, that's fine, but it's easier if your body, not your puppet's body, but your body is a little bit to the side and you're bracing yourself with your knees. You've got your legs a little bit apart so that you've got a good stance and you are using your own leg muscles at this point. Because the more you use your legs, the less your arm's going to hurt. Right? Does that make sense, everybody? Everybody there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we're going to do a couple of, let's just do the Pledge of Allegiance because we're going to warm up our lip-syncing hand, right? So leave your non-lip-syncing hand, whichever hand that is. We can even just take them off the puppet for now.
Or you could brace your arm that is holding
You shouldn't have to do that yet. Everybody should have enough arm strength to be holding up your puppet. I haven't held a puppet for a year, you guys. Come on now. All right. Okay, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and you need to hold them straighter with your arms straight out in front of you. Your own arm should look at me.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to
She
you.
said Ann.
Yeah, Ann. So this is how I'm holding the puppet. See my arm?
So you want him out.
I want him out over here, straight in
He's
front
really
of you.
short. No.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. And if you can't hold him up with your just your own arm, then brace him with your other arm.
Okay.
Drop his hand. If ever you need help, drop his hand. Feel free to drop the rod.
Yeah.
That's why we did this without the rod right now, so you know
But I can't
how
do that
it
with
feels.
mine, right? I have to always hold on. But just by habit, I always hold on like this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he's fine, because otherwise it looks
But your head.
it looks really dorky, but his head's way up right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Wendy,
now
can you
you want to
take a
grab the
little-
rod.
Can you have a little? Can you stand him a little bit? And that takes some of the weight off.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't start crumbling.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Once his knees start bending, then you've got to pick him up again. And you kind of want to be aware of that as you're puppeteering. You guys know your scripts well enough now so that you should be able to focus on your puppet and not your script, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody's got them standing up. So now, take a break. How's everybody's arm right now?
Tired.
Tired? Okay.
Out of practice.
Out of practice. That's all right. So, that's what was that, like 2 minutes maybe? A minute and a half? 2 minutes? And everybody's arms are kind of tired already. So you know that that's where you should be. So you should be working on building up that kind of arm strength. So,
Is it something that's acquired the more you do it?
it's acquired. You have to build up your arm strength. So I recommend that you either hold your puppet or hold up a
If you do
hand or a
these
1
exercises,
pound
I
weight.
don't know if I do 5 pound.
If you go like this,
This is a really
And
good
then
one.
going sideways,
Yep.
those are helpful.
Yep.
Okay.
These and this.
and just hold a water bottle.
Just
or
hold
something
a
if you don't
water
have a
bottle,
weight.
just
Yeah.
hold a weight.
Soup can.
Do
With
it
only the
through-
hand you use?
with
or
the hand that's gonna, obviously the one that's in your head is the one that's
But
gonna get the
sometimes
tire,
you-
because that's the one that never gets
You
to
have to
drop.
be flexible
okay.
to be able to use both hands, because you never know.
Yeah, if you're using
which side
both
of the
hands on
stage.
2 different puppets, you need to do it with both arms. Holding your arm up through the length of a commercial. If you're watching TV, just do it. So there's plenty of time where because you have to build that arm strength up.
Okay.
It's just, there's no other way to be a good puppeteer without having some arm strength in your arm. Because you can't do other movements if you can't hold your puppet up. So that's why. Okay, everybody's okay?
Mhm.
So now we're going to do a little bit of arm movement. The arm that you're holding, I think I've showed everybody before, but you're going to hold the rod kind of in the palm of your hand. You're not going to hold the rod down here like it looks like it has a handle, but we never use it as a handle. It's more of a brace. So I always hold my puppet's hand so that my hand is behind his hand, and then the rod is down my palm. And most of the time, I do any movements using my hand with the puppet's hand.
Like we could have a pledge when we were
We
doing the
could
pledge of
have done a Pledge of Allegiance with our hand over our heart,
Mhm.
and then you're just going to literally place his hand with your hand on it. Remember, you have a black glove on, so it just kind of, your hand is going to always disappear, and they're not going to see you. So let's do some arm movements. Let's do some jumping jack, but not with our feet, just with our arms. So we're going to do this type of a movement. You know that you can do that. So if there's part of your script where he's like, everybody raise your hand, like at the very end, if you have questions, raise your hand. You want that hand to go up so that the kids know what raise your hand looks like, right? They follow you guys, so raise your hand, and then hand on your heart, hand on your head. You're thinking. You want to pat his head? Oh, I'm thinking about it. I can't remember. You want to rub his head a little bit. You can rub your tummy. I have a tummy ache.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. You want to actually put the puppet's hand to the other
It's
ear.
a very common one.
I can't hear you. I can't see you. I wish I hadn't said that. Let's see. Oh, hand on hip. I'm angry, I'm mad, or I'm making a point. If you want to bend down to pick up something, because in some of those scripts you have to bend down to pick up something. If that's the case, your own body has to bend with the puppet, and you're going to bend down all the way, and you're going to bend him kind of as a 90-degree angle, and you're going to reach all the way down with your hand, and then bend back to
Is
pick
that
it up.
also when you're finished singing, when they take a bow? The same
If you're going to take a bow,
Oh, that's different.
you're going to take a bow. I usually make that a big gesture because they like it. So you want to come out
Or
and
you
take a bow. Right? And your body bows when the puppet bows, right? Everybody knows.
Oh.
What
I didn't know.
what your puppet
Yeah.
does is what your own body does.
Mhm.
Okay.
You want to mimic your puppet because that keeps you behind your puppet. And it
Also,
also helps you a
sitting
lot.
in a chair.
If
I
you want to
use-
sit in a chair, the way I usually will do a puppet sitting in a chair is I kind of brace my hand behind his hand, and I sit him down this way, and then I tuck him in. So we can do it on the table. Let's pretend because sometimes you want to sit the puppet on the
Yeah.
on the stage too, right? So I would take my hand behind him. You're gonna lift him up a little bit, drag his legs across, and then scooch him in.
And then you should
And
be
you
down.
scooch him in, and then your body goes down with him.
Oh,
So your head's never above your puppet's head like this, because that looks dorky. Right? Everybody
He's
can
not
see
sitting
you.
down that often
You
now.
always need to be behind your puppet. So if he's sitting in a chair, your knees are bent. Right? Everybody good? Questions? Any questions on any of those kind of movements?
I've also found, I think I did it backwards, but I kind of took, especially
You
the,
take it
the
about
fat,
this way?
big, no, I'm talking about sitting down.
Okay.
In the chair, because somebody had a smaller puppet and it, it was hard to scoot back. So I kind of used my hand
Oh, that's another good way to do
to
it.
push,
Especially if you
push
have
her back to the back of the chair, because some of them are little and they
like,
don't.
and
like
if
she
you got a
is.
spindly leg one like she does, you want
Yeah.
to brace them this way. So either way you go down, you want to brace them as you're going down, either from behind to sit
Yeah, I
his
just
legs
found
out,
that. I found
or
that
to go
easy.
down to sit him this way.
And watch their shoes, but it's not super important, but sometimes it looks really unnatural when their feet goes flop flop. Sometimes
So everybody can sit down and we'll talk a little bit about shoes. So all the feet kind of went in different directions, right? And they're all fine. Everybody's